I've recently been getting into retro PC hardware, and as a result, I've ended up with one of these bad boys. Just look at how deliciously beige it is. But before I can use this as a sleeper PC, we're going to need to get it tidied up a little bit. As much as I like my computers looking the exact same shade of beige as my entire food palette, I'd much rather this was its original off-white colour. So then, inspired by the great work of the 8-bit guy, join me for my first ever adventure in RetroBrighting. To get started, we're going to need some of these. This is food grade hydrogen peroxide, typically used for bleaching and as an antiseptic, but in this case it's got a much more vintage use. Old electronics are often made using a type of plastic called ABS, which is particularly susceptible to a process known as UV degradation. This is when polymers that make up the plastic are oxidized as a result of exposure to UV light, resulting in the formation of groups of free atoms with an odd number of electrons, known as free radicals, causing the reflection of yellow light. So the theory goes that when yellowed plastics are submerged in hydrogen peroxide and exposed to UV light, they can be restored to their original off-white colour, since the hydrogen atoms in hydrogen peroxide bond with these free radicals, reducing the amount of reflected yellow light. This method first emerged in 2007 on a German retro computing forum and has since spread around the world to the likes of retro computing enthusiasts and even vintage shoe collectors. Now, there's a lot more to the science than what I've just outlined, but I'm no scientist and I'm not really in a position to explain it. But I'll try and link some interesting reading materials down in the description below if that's something that interests you. So then, this is my very first experiment with RetroBrighting. So what do you need to get started? Well, you'll need enough hydrogen peroxide to cover whichever item you are attempting to restore. A transparent container to fit it in, a roll of cling film, something small but heavy to weigh your item down, good access to sunlight, and about 6 to 8 hours of your precious time. Since this is the UK and sunlight is a pretty precious commodity, in fact, as I write this script, this is what the sky looks like right now. But occasionally, we get lucky, and on a random late September day, that's exactly what happened. So I began by disassembling the case. Only this front panel needed RetroBrighting, but before we submerge it, I needed to reduce it down to the bare plastic. That meant removing all cables and LEDs, as well as the power and reset buttons. This process was actually harder than I first anticipated, thanks to the fact that everything seemed to be fastened in with hot glue. But eventually we got there, and the case was ready for RetroBrighting. Taking everything outside, I grabbed this 50-litre storage box off of Amazon, and in hindsight I could have gone with a much smaller container. But hey, we live and learn. I started by placing the front panel in the container, and then emptying 2 containers of hydrogen peroxide into the box. That worked out at 10 litres, which given the size of the box, was only just enough to submerge the front panel. It was only at this point that I realised my front panel floated, and I needed to find something to weigh it down. Enter in the world's cutest tiny little vice, and a nut that really wasn't up to the job. I later replaced that with a compression fitting that we had spare. That seemed to work much better. Next, it was time to cover with cling film. The intention of this is to trap a bit of heat in, but being September in the UK, that didn't really work out, and instead mostly served as a birdshit barrier. I kept repositioning the container throughout the day, shifting it to keep it in direct sunlight. Anyway, at this point it was essentially just a waiting game. Take note of the 2 areas of the front panel which still have the original colour, the small square which was previously hidden by the MSI badge, and the larger rectangle which had been covered by a random small paper adhesive label. The aim is that by the end of this, the entire case will be this colour. And by the end of the day, it was time to check our results. After trying to remove it from the container using a plastic coat hanger and then proceeding to cover my hands in hydrogen peroxide anyway, I cleaned off the front panel to check the results. There was a clear and significant improvement, but it wasn't quite perfect, so despite a lack of sunshine, the next day I did try again. But this time the improvement was far less significant than the first run, mostly likely because we've pretty much reached the limit of what this 3% hydrogen peroxide can do. Perhaps with more UV and a higher percentage, maybe 12%, we'd get better results. But regardless, this was a near perfect RetroBrighting session. I've tipped all the hydrogen peroxide back into the original containers using this funnel, so hopefully we'll be able to reuse it next time. Though I'm not sure how well you can reuse the solution, perhaps that will make an interesting video all in itself. Reassembling the case with the restored panel, we can see a clear difference in the before and after comparison. Sure, this case is not and never will be perfect. It has scratches, scuffs and other marks, but it's now pretty much back to its original colour, and that to me is definitely the most important bit. So thank you guys for joining me for my first ever experiment with RetroBrighting. Hopefully you all learned something along the way, and if you did, be sure to leave a comment and hit like, and get subscribed for more tech experiments just like this one.